an integral part of ecological restoration. And the eighth principle is employ a continuum of restorative activities. All right. Now, what are some of the major comments that we need to talk about related to these principles? Number one, we have to achieve the best possible restoration so that it becomes a win-win-win situation for the mining industry, the regional development, and the socio-political environment that is there. We have to adopt these principles early on. We cannot wait until the end to get into these principles. Commitment to principles must be exemplary and unwavering to establish long-term trust between mining companies and stakeholders. Very, very important point that is being made. The process of ecological restoration, it's a living document which is created at the time we open the mine, and it is going to continue to evolve and develop as mining, technology, community, and environmental expectations continue to change. We have to take that into account. Without taking social, economic, and political factors, we will not be a successful ecological restoration. And finally, international cooperation and collaboration are very important so that we can share the knowledge and adopt the principles globally. This is the primary reason why American Society for Reclamation Sciences create this international initiative last year. And we are having some good success. So let me conclude by urging the industry, the government, the stakeholders to work collaboratively to consider the above principles to develop site-specific or regional templates. That is the important point. We have to create, each site will probably have a different template which is going to work for us. And then we must engage the academic institutions that engage in research and train the future. That is very, very important. I'm very pleased to report to you that the Indian School of Mines has already created a Center for Excellence in the area of mineland reclamation. Finally, open communication in assessing these templates as case studies should be encouraged to support a continuous improvement process. This particular seminar or the workshop that has been developed by Coal India and the Minister for Coal, it is really a very good example for future events where we can talk about the successes and failures of these templates. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Professor Chuk. Thank you very much for blessings the house. Your teaching will go a long way and we will attain sustainability. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
My sincerest thanks to the audience, my gratitude to the audience for giving such a patient hearing after lunch, that too after such a sumptuous lunch. So they deserve a big round of applause. Big round of applause for the audience. My sincerest thanks and gratitude to my fellow panelists, Mr. Prabhakaran, Mr. Carlson, Dr. Kasten, Mr. Jain, and Mr. Chandrabhushan. Thank you very much for enlightening the house. And I must tell you one thing. As far as India is concerned, very concerted effort has been taken by the industry and by Ministry of Coal. And within no time, you will hear that world's best mine closure practices will be adopted by India, and which they are already adopting. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Truly, it was thoroughly engaging session. We were all hearing all your notes from backstage. I request you all to please come forward. And to do the felicitation and honors, I may now request the Controller General IBM. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause as I welcome Mr. P.N. Sharma. Please, with a huge round of applause on the stage, please. I know we have a lot of stock of energy. Let's keep clapping. We will feel more energized. All right, we begin with Shri Anil sir, the moderator. Shri Anil Jha, Dr. Michael Stanley, Mr. Chandrabhushan Garu, Mr. Abhinav Jain sir. We have our Professor Karsten. We miss Brinda ma'am and Chug sir who were present online. And also Shri Prabhakaran sir. We have the leaders joining us on the stage too.
Company Limited is highly committed
to mark a memory
implement the sustainable mining activities in all its projects. Eco-friendly mining measures
Rupinder Brar
are
ma'am joining
scrupulously
us
followed
for the
while
photograph.
extracting the coal. Similarly, the post-closure activities are also taken up as per the guidelines given by the Ministry of Coal. Here, we are going to present one such mission of post-closure activities in Dorli Open Cast 1 project located near Dorli village in Komaram Bhim, Asifabad district
Thank you so much,
of
sir.
Telangana state. This project was started in the year 2007 in an area of 510.10 hectares. About 19.047 million tons of coal was extracted from this project. Coal extraction was completed in the year 2019 due to exhaustion of the reserves. All machinery and other useful infrastructure material was shifted to nearby projects. As part of mine closure activity, extensive plantation was done in an area of 365.06
So we have the
hectares
final panel
in the project
discussion on
in
board.
accordance with
We
the
already
final
see
mine closure plan.
Rupinder ma'am has been here patiently since morning. She's all set to take up the panel discussion. The additional secretary and nominated authority. Ladies and gentlemen, can we hear for the lady out there, Ministry of Coal, the senior IRS official? Please put your hands together. And we are joined in this panel by Shri Piyush Narayan Sharma Garu. Huge round of applause for the Controller General of the Indian Bureau of Mines. A huge round of applause for him. Seasoned mining professional who has served IBM since 1997. Renowned for driving innovation, he has pioneered sustainable practices and advanced technology integration in the Indian mining sector. Joining him is Shri T.R. Kannan sir, who served as the Deputy Director General at the Directorate General of Mine Safety, DGMS, bringing extensive expertise in mine safety regulation, risk management and compliance. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause as we welcome Shri Sajish Kumar sir, Sajish Kumar N, Coal Controller, Government of India, who is an IRTS officer who previously served with the Northern Railways, who brings valuable expertise in logistics and infrastructure management. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all join our hands to welcome Shri Satish Jha, the CMD, Eastern Coalfields Limited since December 2024, as a distinguished mining professional with more than over 3 decades of experience across the major Coal India subsidiaries. I guess it's time to have the final panel discussion. Madam is all set here, bright in yellow, even if it is the last session. We all should begin this with the same energy as we have begun in the morning. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. So thank you everyone. I want to first say a word of thanks before we do the wrap up for being a very rapt audience. It's been a very encouraging day for us. we were not very sure on how all of you, as Jhaji has already remarked, after a high carb meal, to actually not only exist in the hall, but to actually listen. I think actually the audience, all of you do deserve a big round of applause for yourself. Typically in every conference, the second half is the most difficult to retain the people, but I'm so happy to see that most of you are still there. Taking things forward, and a lot of learnings have come for us today, and I'm going to ask my fellow panelists as to what were the learnings going forward. Some underlying threads have been common, that yes, it is the need of the hour, undoubtedly, that mining practices around the world pretty similar in their outcomes and in the needs for land repurposing and community engagement. So the good part, I think, is that there is a kind of a global consensus on what we need to do. Every place may have something unique to it, but pretty much the baseline is same. I'm going to ask you, Satish, first, because you've been a very good audience all day, listening to everybody, and you're also on the field, and you are currently CMD of the area where in India coal mining started more than 200 years ago, in the area that you are currently CMD of. So these are really old mines, and they have their own, therefore, unique opportunity, but also a lot of challenges. So your thought on what do you think of everything that got discussed today, and do you think it is translatable on the field, or do you think all this is a lot of PPTs and a lot of theory? What do you say?
Thank you, ma'am. To begin with, let me say that the Indian society is very resilient. This just transition terminology has come from the West, but we are, as an Indian society, we are very resilient, and the Indian people figure out different ways of getting themselves into any economic activity. That is the background, nothing to, but post January 25, mine closure activities, and with the sincere effort of, I would say, coal controller organization, it has started moving from technical and biological reclamation towards repurposing. Throughout the day's deliberation, I would like to add, and it was the sentiment of the honorable MPs also yesterday in the consultative committee. If we bring out enabling laws for returning back the land post-mining, that will enable the landholders who offer their land for the mining during the progressive mine closure activities to be engaged, and that will sort of make it more sustainable. A check and balance will be created in the mine closure activities when they are singled out or they are employed in the progressive mine closure. Another concept here in the mining laws is we are having three types of lands, mostly forest land, tenancy land, and the government land. And they are not geographically aligned to one side. It is rather all the three types are interspread. The forest land, the mine lessee has to return it back after its use. So that creates a issue in taking up a large scale post-closure economic activity. That one aspect we have to think about, because it is not a complete free corridor which we get in most of the cases. On an average, we have about 1/6 of the project's land, forest land, and in the state of Jharkhand it is mostly 50% or more. Returning the tenancy land back to the landowners will enable or will expedite land acquisition and possession also at the beginning of the project also. And they have a sentimental connect with the land, particularly in the tribal areas. So that is my aspect. And one more aspect is, I was going through the news week back. We are into energy security of the nation, and as a hydrocarbon, for the next 25 years or so, we have to rely on it. The non-coal hydrocarbons, the storage of non-coal hydrocarbons in the country as compared to USA and China is very minimal, to the extent of 5 days or so, whereas they have a consolidated storage capacity of more than 5 to 6 months. So that one aspect, apart from that digital centers which we thought, data centers, we can think about it in some of the abandoned mines. This is all I have to say. Thank you, ma'am.
Satish. Thank you for your thought on that. And if you will just pass the mic to Mr. Kanan. We've all been talking about repurposing, reusing, communities, etc., etc.
Yes, ma'am.
So one aspect which we of course will dedicate a whole day separately on safety, but very quickly from you as DG MS representative, that what do you think of the mine safety element, as in when the mines are getting actually used or left completely as voids, or not filled scientifically, and the community is being impacted by all kinds of reasons. A quick thought on that from you.
Good evening, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Respected Additional Secretary, ma'am. Degrees on the dais and off the dais. Already, I think 95% of the energy had been drained out. I won't take more than 1%. My contribution will be not more than 1%. Having said that, we had an excellent topic chosen by the Ministry of Coal, Honorable Minister, ma'am. It's a different school of thought, and it was a need or hour. I was hearing the representative from Hindustan saying, with respect to that, ma'am, I personally feel the technology being used in coal mines, especially below ground mines, we are lagging in stowing. We are restoring the in-situ conditions. We are lagging a lot. So I urge the management of Messrs. SCCL and SCCL, both Singareni and Southeastern Coalfields, and Mr. Sanjay is here from BCCL. So the companies which are operating coal mines below ground workings, they can think of that paste filling technology. We can retaliate, we can give back the original in-situ conditions, which is ideal for rehabilitation of any below ground mine. There is one thing, ma'am. And another one more, my observation was, IBM sir is here. A decade back, we have taken the minor mills out of the ambit of IBM. And the mining plan used to be approved by concerned state governments, where the topic of this recrimination and the major topic of this forum got neglected by the state government. In somehow we should make a catch through IBM how it can be done, especially minor mineral sectors. And it goes to 90% of the population of mines, ma'am. The data which has been given yesterday as well as today, it's hardly 500 odd for coal mines. That to probably 50 to 60 below ground, 100 below ground mines. And metal mines, it was to the tune of 1,000, 1,500. But the untold story, small mine sectors, let it be stone, building stone, granite, and n number of minerals. Even I could not remember during my college, I might have read, but I could not remember the name of the mineral. It goes to the tune of around 20 to 25,000, which are on record. Which are on not record, it may go multifolded. So let them be taken into the ambit of this reclamation process by one or other means through the government of India. It will be of large helpful to the society, which we can do as a mining fraternity. We can do good to the society, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for your thoughts. So there are two things emerging here. Satish ji mentioned land ownership transfer back to the communities, and you've mentioned about the role of the state government. So somewhere here we are looking at decentralization, devolution of not just powers but also responsibility. I think those are two very important takeaways from both of you. If I may ask you, Mr. Sharma, you are handling the IBM, you are the Controller General there. What kind of change have you seen in the last 2-3 years? Do you think the focus has increased, or do you think the focus is theoretical? And what more should we be doing as a nation, as a country, as a sector to really translate the PPTs onto the ground?
Thank you very much, ma'am. The first and foremost thing is that, look at the scenario. We are blessed to be born in this country. There is, if you look at the larger picture, almost 17 to 18% population of the world is living in the 4 to 5% geographical area. So one can very well understand how important is the commodity called land. When we go for mining, land is the first and the foremost thing. And whenever mining companies go there, there will always be, they will have to always be dealing with the people, flora, fauna, and all ecosystem around them. So the first and foremost thing is that in this country, the social licensing of the mining is must. And how we will secure that? We have been discussing all these steps right from the morning till now. So the important aspect is that we must take the local host community along with us right from the mine planning, and mine planning starts with the mine closure as well. It is an integral part. From the day one, when we start planning for a mine, planning for closure also starts from that day. These are two things. If we involve the local community, the local ecosystem into planning all these things, I think the chances are more that we will end up successfully. There are the challenges to that as well. Because most of the companies, they have different experiences while we are dealing with the public hearing and all those things, and most of them, they dread that. Because of the few people, not from the all people. If you look at the entire spectrum of the people, those you are dealing with, they are good guys. But there are few only those who create a problem. So we have to find out the ways so that we can reach to the majority of the local people. We can make them partner in all this endeavor, and then we can successfully carry on our missions. Now, ma'am has asked that what are the changes we are witnessing over last few years. As a matter of fact, I've been seeing it for years together. Last, at least I can say 5 to 10 years, the sustainable mining operations, the energy efficient equipments, the technological interventions, and the public support has become the key ingredient for a successful mining venture. And one of the most important aspects which I understand, which we have been talking, is the technological infusion in every aspect of it. Everything. Because we being a technical regulator, we started doing it, and as on date, Indian Bureau of Mines has everything available digitally. We are doing all our jobs. Similarly, if you want to do the mine monitoring, if you want to go for the resource efficiency, if you want to look at the other aspects of the mining, say safety, the design parameters, or even your CSR activities, and you want to monitor them, technology plays a very important role. Technology is one thing which is very transparent. It is, you know, if I go and see something and narrate it, I have my own perception about that. But if technology sees it, it will replicate the way it has seen it. So these are the most important aspects, and there is no denial that mining engineers, the mining fraternity has to be more careful about the mining operations, about the host community, engaging with them, and most importantly, closing the mines, which my co-panelist has very well said, that we have to find out the viable financial models to continue after the mining is closed for the other activities which have been, an entire ecosystem which has been developed to sustain over a long period of time. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. So there were three things there. Engaging the host community from the inception stage. I think that's exactly what Dr. Chuk from USA, the old doyen professor, he said the same. Technology and financing. So those are the three takeaways from Dr. Sharma. And now if I may come to you, Mr. Sajeesh Kumar, you being the controller for the coal sector. You've heard all of us, you've in fact been the architect for designing a lot of the sessions, not only today, but yesterday we had a half a day of meetings. What do you think are the key elements that we as a country should be doing? Because if I kind of read the day, there is a lot of narrative, there is a lot of discussion, and there seems to be reasonable amount of awareness. How do we now translate it out there?
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's been pretty heartening to see, the kind of conversation we had since the morning. It's also what it indicates that there are actually a lot of initiatives happening on the ground. Now, this is the time to scale it up, identify more of impactful solutions that can be rolled out, and then create a replicable model. The success of your initiatives depends upon how well and easily it's adopted by others, and it becomes a movement. So there we have a responsibility, and I'm sure that that will happen. One little bit of caution that one size fit all won't work. You can't just cut and copy. That's not the way it works. You really need to look at the people's needs, aspiration, be with the community, and kind of co-create the ideas with them, make them part of the whole process. And then you will realize that it's much more easier than what you think. And another thing which I really want to stress upon is the kind of leadership. We all, as the leaders of the organizations at the policy level, have the responsibility to drive this initiative, and this is a responsibility to the nation. And when you take up that leadership, and that will percolate down at your lower level and whichever cutting edge level, and that's how it works. A person actually who is doing the plantation at the ground level doesn't really know the implication and the overall impact that's actually creating to the environment or the society as a whole. You can drive that idea, that message to the person at the bottom level, and he becomes part of that process in the moment and becomes much more easier. And that's something. So it's all about bringing that change in the mindset, taking up that leadership role. About the technology is very important, always drives the change, but it's also important to understand that technology doesn't always bring in efficiency. If you apply the technology in a wrong context, it can actually magnify your inefficiency also. So we should be very aware of the fact that, at what context we are employing the technology. There are a lot of indigenous know-how, a lot local expertise, which is available to solve many of the problems which has been faced by the communities in and around the mines, and we should really leverage on that knowledge which is there already. It's for we to go out to them and kind of identify that. It's also important to create the livelihood and all the micro enterprises. It's actually the little initiatives which you do passionately can make that change. Here, B. Prabhakaran was mentioning about how they actually change or transform that particular district. If that can be done in that particular district, it's much more easier for you to do it in small localized areas in and around the mines. So we need to have that passion for driving the change, and I expect that that comes from all of you who are here. And last but not the least, I would also stress upon the fact that be the champions, and this is a new beginning. There are a lot of things to be done. Needs to be a movement, and where I only solicit that kind of a leadership role from all of the people sitting here. And if you can create that one replicable model in your mind or in the area where you're actually working, and if others can learn from that, and that again leads to another aspect, which is actually the peer group learning. We don't have to reinvent the wheel always again and again. There are in-house knowledge available, but we need to reach out to the people. We need to create the stakeholder consultation. We need to have that collaboration. We need to have that knowledge sharing. And these all look good on PPP, but these are also the things which can easily be done. What differentiates a successful model and what remains on a PPP is actually the leadership and also the passion with which you follow. And I'm sure that today's conference would have thrown some kind of an enlightenment to all of us and some kind of a passion to drive this change. I mean, that's my final word.
Thank you, Sajeesh. So, Satish, one word or one short phrase, your takeaway for the day.
Yes, ma'am. Right through the day, taking clue from Professor Chug's lecture, and as we all have gone to understand today, that mine closure has to start from beginning of the project. And I also agree with it. And nothing will succeed.
Just the one word.
One word, I am just coming.
What is your takeaway?
Nothing will succeed or sustain if we don't consult or take into confidence our stakeholders or the community. So I will summarize it, mining with community.
Mining with communities. Okay,
Mining
Mr.
with
Anand,
community.
Your one word, one short phrase.
Pardon, ma'am, I'm not regularized with this term closure, so I need 2 sentences, madam.
Granted.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm basically from Director General of Mine Safety under Union Ministry of Labour and Employment, which looks after safety, health and welfare, ma'am. And closure is the only word which he received some form of notice, and we were limited to that only. And having been at this place throughout the day, knowledge got tremendously enriched, and I would like to become, and I urge the people, everyone at this stage, to become an ambassador for propagating the noble theme of repurposing. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Piyush, your one word.
Definitely, together we can do, and together we will do. And number one, lead by example, be the change you want.
That's a good one. Thank you. Sajeesh, your...
I think after that, I shouldn't be saying anything, but still, do the mining with conscience and be the champions and make this is a movement, right? We need it.
Right. So I think I'm going to say we can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah.
Ladies must have the last word. So thank you everyone for being a fantastic audience. It's been a great day of learning, co-creating, sharing, and we hope to meet again very soon. I want to thank, of course, we will have a formal vote of thanks, but as heading the India chapter, it is not only my privilege, but also my responsibility to thank all of you who joined us in overwhelming numbers. Do send us suggestions. This is just the beginning. We hope to continue with this endeavor, not just on mine closures, but on how to make the entire mining exercise a gainful one to society at large and not just lead to bottom lines of balance sheets. Thank you very much.
That thank you was such a sign of relief, but then they have, I'm sure, you are now with a lot of memories and equipped with a lot of knowledge and insight. Yes or no, everyone? Can we once for a loud time, can we please clap together for everyone who have been so patiently helping us with lots of insights. I request all of you to please stay back on the dais, ma'am. Can you please stay back on the dais? So we are requesting Shri N. Balram Garu, the CMD Singarini Collieries Company Limited, to please come on the stage to do the felicitation. I begin with Miss Rupindra Brar, ma'am, the moderator of this amazing panel discussion. Can we all just clap for one last time for this amazing evening? Shri Piyush Narayan Sharma sir, Shri T.R. Kannan sir, Shri Sajeesh Kumar sir, and Shri Satish Jha, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. I request Rupinder ma'am to please stay back on the stage, and also Anil Jha sir. We have a tiny surprise. We have Dr. Karsten. He wishes to present a book to Rupinder ma'am. Can you please stay back on the dais? May I maybe invite Dr. Karsten, everyone? Loud round of applause, please. He wishes to present a book. Can you?
Yeah, thank you from the international participants for this perfect organization, and thank you very much.
All right. May I request Dr. B. Veera Reddy sir to please join on the dais. May I request Anil Jha sir to please join on the dais, and also Marabali sir, wherever you are, you have been running all around for this amazing evening. I think it's time for you to step onto the dais now. It's a true, sweet, ultra sweet gesture from him. Give a big round of applause for Dr. Karsten. Can we have a group photograph with everyone, please? All right, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, sir. May I request Balram sir to please join us on the stage once again, please. We have been, it was amazing and definitely a productive day for all of us. If it is a yes from each one of you, let's clap aloud for each and every one from this entire fraternity, all the delegates, everyone who's made from the international, all the ministers and all the leads and technical people over here. Thank you so much for patiently being with us since morning. It's an absolutely lovely gesture. And to do the concluding remarks, I would now request Marabali sir to take over. He is just pulling the mic because he doesn't want to eat even 1 minute of your time. Give a big round of applause to him. He's been running around patiently only and only for you all.
Thank you, thank you. Absolutely, this event was so eventful, but for the support of Singareni Collieries. So, on behalf of World Mining Congress Indian National Body and on behalf of everyone, I request Ma'am Rupinder Broad to kindly felicitate Sri N. Balram, CMD, Singareni Collieries. Thank you, everyone. At the outset, respected Rupinder Bra ma'am, distinguished dignitaries, esteemed industry leaders, delegates, experts and IMC, WMC members, and dear participants, good evening everyone. As we draw the curtains on this insightful and enriching conference, it's my privilege to deliver the final vote of thanks on behalf of Indian National Committee of World Mining Congress. first and foremost, I express my gratitude and a deep sense of gratitude to our chief guest, Sri G. Kishan Reddy ji, Honorable Minister of Coal and Mines and patron of Indian National Committee World Mining Congress, for gracing this event with his presence and sharing his valuable vision and encouragement. So it is his vision, it is his thought, because of which this was chosen as the event and event theme, and the Hyderabad was chosen as the venue for the event. So thank you very much, sir. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to Sri V.L. Kantarao-ji, Secretary, Ministry of Mines and Co-Chairperson ICMCP, for his valuable presence and kind guidance and support to the mining sector. I heartfelt thanks to Rupinder Bra ma'am, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Coal and Chairperson, Executive Committee, ANC-WMC, for thoughtfully introducing the theme and successfully steering the today's entire session, including the panel discussions. And of course, she is the one behind this entire event. She was right from day one to day end, who actually has supported, guided everything. So only because of her, this event was eventful. Next, I take the privilege of conveying vote of thanks to Sri P.M. Prasad Sahab, Chairman Coal India Limited and Member Secretary ANC-WMC, for his unwavering support from his company and from his office and personally also. And next, I take the privilege of conveying thanks to our Secretary Sahab, Vikram Dev Dutt sir, because of his other commitments he could not meet, could not happen to be here, but otherwise he was very much inclined to do so. Thank you very much, sir, for your kind support, guidance and everything. And I also convey my gratitude towards Honorable Minister for State for Coal and Mines, Sri Satish Chandra Jubeji, who was supporting for the growth of this mining sector. So I thank all esteemed speakers, national and international, who shared their experience, expertise and best practices, enriching our understanding of sustainable and responsible mining and mine closure practices. I also thank all the session moderators, Sundar Ramanji, Vivek Kumar Vajpayee Sahab, A.K. Jha, and Mrs. Rupinder Bra ma'am, for conducting the session seamlessly and ensuring thought-provoking interactions. So a special mention to our industry partners, all the partners right from Coal India, Singareni, Neyveli, NMDC, and all those coal companies and non-coal companies. I can't name because the name is so big, the list is so big, everyone has contributed in some or other way. So I thank everyone for making this event a successful one. My sincere thanks to national and international experts, academia, media representatives and valued delegates. I also extend my gratitude to entire organizing team whose untired efforts behind the scenes have ensured smooth and execution of the event. So together we have witnessed the launch of key initiatives, the Mission Green Booklet, vision documents for copper and aluminium, the Reclaim Framework, the exploration module of single window clearance system, and the national campaign for safety in coal mines, which was supposed to happen, but now it has not been happened. And a launch of NLC's book fair, each of which signifies industry's resolve towards sustainability, safety, and a social responsibility. So I express my utmost gratitude once again to the team Singareni, who made this event eventful. They supported right from beginning to end. They arranged everything. So I sincerely thank the team Singareni led by the CMD and Balram sir. Finally, I thank each and one of you for your valuable time, active participation and your commitment in driving the mining towards the greener sector for the betterment of the country. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us since morning. I know you have been bored by my voice, I know, and so many discussions and never-ending inputs from everyone. All right, you may now join for the...
Let me also thank the media friends. I forgot the media friends, don't misunderstand. Your support was so beautiful in covering entire thing. In masses, the media has come and covered entire thing, and they try to know what exactly mine closure is, how it works. So they even were eager to know in Telugu. Thank you very much. Thank you, media friends.
Thank you so much, everyone. That was the international conference, Coal India. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. This is MC Anusha Bari signing off for this amazing day. Thank you.